What would you say if I told you that you can use your talent, your skills and passion and turn it into profit? Would you like it? I bet you do. Well, if you stay tuned in this video, I will show you how, but most importantly, why. My name is Sabine Quenberg. I'm a communication and confidence coach, and I teach my clients how they can take their skills and passion and turn it into profit. And so can you if you are really in tune with wanting more, wanting a change, and most importantly, preparing for the winter to come. Like in life, we have seasons of economy. As you know, the last couple of years we had a pretty strong global event, and that started a ripple effect. And this is not only for the United States, it is in Europe. It is being felt and seen in quite a few different countries and continents. We have choices. Obviously, we cannot do anything about the weather and about the global economy, but we do have the choice how we respond to it. Let me explain. You may feel you are in the middle of winter. It is cold, it is dark. Of course, I'm using this as a metaphor, unless you live in a part of the world that you are in the middle of winter. But right now, where I live, sunny Florida, we are in the middle of summer and it's pretty hot. However, the economy is starting to be in winter time, and it's not getting better very soon. So you have a choice. You just sit and wait and hope for the best, or you are proactive. Let's take that example for winter. Say you are now in the middle of it and the snow is piling down, and if you don't do anything, you have to wait until the snow melts before you can get out and back to the grocery store. And when you wait, you empty all the supplies that you have and just hope for the best that you last until the snow melts. And then finally the snow melts and you go out and everything is just icky and muddy and you have to go through the mud, and then finally get to the grocery store to find out there's not much left because other people, they were proactive. They started with a snow shovel, shoveling their way out of their home and getting to the grocery store. Now, how does that apply to your life? I like to use metaphors because we can really see it in a very easy example. But life is pretty much the same. If we find ourselves in the economic winter, we can just sit and hope for the best. Or maybe I can get another stimulus, or hopefully my boss gives me a little bit more money, and hopefully I can still buy the things that I need. And just kind of, let's cross our fingers. That's pretty scary and, not very reassuring. Or you can be proactive and start out by asking the question, what can I do? This is always the number one tip that I give my clients that I work with who may not know the how yet, because quite frankly, oftentimes we don't. But starting out asking the right questions. What can I do now? And obviously, if you have a support system, maybe you have a coach already or something that you can rely on that helps you, you're even better off. But if anything, start by asking this question. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you can use the skills that you have, the talent and your passion, and actually make money. And oftentimes when I talk about making profit, people step back and feel like, ooh, it's like a dirty word. It's not. When you provide a service, you should get paid for it, right? And that's just it. If you start a company, you create revenue. You provide service, people pay you. From that income, you pay any of the expenses that you have to run your business, and the rest is profit. And you should have profit. And here is the little thing. The more people you help, the greater your profit should be. Now let's put it into practical terms. First of all, understand, what are you passionate about? What are the skills that you already know? And it is different for everyone. You see, when I was a young adult, I had skills in business because I went to a business school. Because my dad wanted it, right? But my passion was the entertainment industry. I loved to act, to sing, to dance. And I ended up finding myself in a profession that I really, really didn't like. And I was miserable. So one day I asked that question, what is mine to do? And the universe will give you the answers. And the answer came through a former teacher of mine who kind of reminded me of what I love to do and what I'm good at, my talent. And that led me into my profession as a professional actress, TV and stage actress, which I did for 10 years. I loved it. And I made a lot of money because, first of all, let me put that right in front. Of course, I had to go to school. I had to invest into myself. I went to a private acting school for 3 years and took voice lessons and dance lessons. And that was my investment. I had to pay something to learn and to gain the skills. But then I used the skills and then I used my talent. And guess what? I made good money. Even though everybody said, oh, Sabine, that's a starving profession. You will starve to death being an actress. The funny thing is, if you do something that you're passionate about and you learn the skills, the money will follow one way or another. After 2 years being a stage actress, I landed a role on TV. And we only filmed for 6 weeks over the summer. But during that time, I made more money than I did working as a claim adjuster for a big corporation. You see, this is how it works. So that's the first thing. Ask that question, what is mine to do? And then the answers will come. Maybe not immediately. It didn't came immediately for me, but a week later. And then be open. Follow your intuition and be open to the things that come your way. Perhaps this video is already the answer for you. And of course, if you want to talk about it more, schedule a phone call with me so we can have a meaningful conversation and I can guide you in the right direction. And even as a stage and TV actress, I then later started my own business where I actually built that business and used the skills that I had to teach others. And you can do this too. You maybe have the skill in being a cook. You have the skill of teaching yoga. You have the skills of doing great meditation. You have the skills of teaching someone how to start a business. I mean, there's so many areas that you could use your skills teaching others and getting paid for it. You, luckily, in these times that we live in, don't even have to have a brick and mortar business. When I started it 28 years ago, there was no such thing as Google. The internet just got started. And I had to do it a different way. Now, it's much easier, but at the same time, it is also harder. Because as you know, if there's something that's easy to do, more people take advantage of it. So that means you have to get through a bigger crowd or bigger noises to get your clients. But no worries. There are always skills, there are always strategies and tools that you can apply to get through there. And these are also one of the things that I coach my clients, because the past 10 years I started my online presence. I had an online magazine, I wrote a book, and I had started then courses and coaching. So I kind of saw how this area and this business, this online business developed, and how much easier it all became. Now, let's go back to the metaphor that I used at the beginning. Preparing for the winter. And you want to do it now. You want to prepare now. And I want to help you do that. There is a link below. You click on it, and I will show you how you can do it. So don't wait. And if you're still watching right now, I know that you are interested. I know there is something within you that said, you know what, Sabina? I do have talent. I do have skills. And I'm really passionate about this. Or I'm really passionate about helping others, using my skills and wisdom that I have, or perhaps my experience. You may have an experience that if you share this with others, they don't have to go through the same thing that you did for a long time. You can perhaps shorten their learning curve. Same thing here. If you do not know how to start a business, or how to start an online business, or how to become a coach, how to share your knowledge with an online course, for example, then it's much harder to figure it all out. And yes, there is a lot of free stuff out nowadays, but it's not about the information that's out there, because that can be very confusing. It's more like, do you have a guide that will show you the fastest, the quickest way, and that will help you to say, okay, now you start with A, then you go to B, and then you go to C. Rather for you to figure out, okay, there's L, there is K, there's M, there's S. What am I going to do first, right? So that's why a coach is very, very handy and very important. I had many mentors and coaches in my life. So let's sum up my video today. Number one, be prepared for the winter to come. Number 2, be proactive. Number 3, ask the question, what is mine to do? And then number 4, be open. Listen to your intuition, or be open to information that comes your way. And then number 5, if you're really, really serious about it, not just interested, but committed, then you click the link below and let's have a meaningful conversation, and let's get you started on the right path to turn your talent, your skills, and your passion into profit.